Who am I supposed to love when the day is done? Do I love my mom who doesn't accept me? Do I love my dad who's a constant substance abuser? Or how about the kids at school who ask me if I am of the female gender? I'm just a young woman who isn't always welcome in her own skin, who used to slice right through it with a blade just to have a little control in her life. I was just sad a lot of the time when she just didn't show. And I remember it was my brother's birthday or whatever, and we were supposed to meet her and go celebrate his birthday or something, and she never showed up. And then I grew up and I really didn't like her, and I was like, she's not my mom. She doesn't take care of me. She's not my mom. I don't like her. I don't even love her, you know. My biological father's family is who I am adopted by. My biological aunt adopted me, so. The emotional abuse I went through, it didn't stop when I was adopted. I mean, I'm here, 10 years later. Sexual abuse, that was probably the hardest thing to get through, because for the longest time I didn't tell anyone, and then I told them, and I had to deal with cops, and I had to deal with pictures that I was younger and I didn't understand what was going on, and now I don't feel pretty when I look in the mirror. He took advantage of me. Why do I care? I mean, he didn't, so why should I? I feel less of a person when I think about it, and obviously I'm gonna think about it, so that hurts. I'm the type of person that when I have problems, I say, it's not a big deal. It's a big deal, but I can handle it.
Hearts with a Mission is the only place that a kid can knock on a door and say, hey, I need a safe place to sleep tonight. Kids come through, we'll ask them, to name their best friend, and usually as we're doing an intake, there's all kinds of paperwork that they have to go through, and what we've noticed, about 90% of the kids leave that line blank.
Family is Hearts with a Mission. You open up to people that you've only known for a week because they know what it's like. They're here, you're here. There's gotta be something going on to be here. You're in Hearts with a Mission because there's something going on in your life that sucks.
And the reality is they don't have a best friend. They're coming from a home where, there might be extreme, physical or sexual abuse going on, or, extreme addictions in the families. And, so when they go to school, they don't want to be noticed either. And a lot of these kids, they get told so often that they aren't worth anything. You really have to plug into a person's life to really show them that you do care. And I think that's probably one of the things that we felt, by partnering with Youth for Christ and actually having a mentor, somebody outside of Hearts with a Mission that could actually plug into these kids' life, for as long as it would take, lifetime. Because of our licensing and because of the dual relationships that we have to avoid sometimes in order to keep our licensing, we want somebody on the other side that can say, we'll pick up the ball where you have to drop it.
The HATS program is a mentoring program. It's like a big brother, big sister. We always match students with the same gender, find some likes and dislikes that they have so that there's some common grounds and some connection right off. Our hope is that the mentor will stay with their student at least till they graduate from high school. But by the time they graduate from high school, then there's a relationship that happens, and so the kids and the mentors are friends. One of the reasons we're very excited about Hearts with a Mission and Youth for Christ collaborating is because we see the need for these students to have somebody stable in their life, and when they leave Hearts with a Mission, there comes a part where Hearts with a Mission needs to back away, and then that mentor doesn't. That mentor will stay with that student long term. So no matter what changes, what instability is happening, or even in a good situation with things work well at home, they still will have that mentor. They'll be that stable person in their life long term. And that's what we hope for all the kids that come into our programs, no matter if they're coming from Hearts with a Mission or from the juvenile justice system or from the school counselors or from the churches. Our hope is that that student will have somebody in their life, that stable, caring adult, for the rest of their life.
I started mentoring for Diana about 3 months ago. I met her here at Hearts with a Mission, and it was pretty cool. When I walked in the door, I was a little nervous. And Diana came running out, and I went to shake her hand because I didn't know, it was appropriate, or didn't want to give her a hug right away, but I'm a hugging person. And she's like, I don't shake hands, I hug. I'm like, ah, sweet, I'm gonna get along with her great.
Angela, my mentor, we both love God openly, and it's awesome because we can do that with each other. If I didn't feel comfortable with my mentor, I wouldn't talk to her about God, but since I do, I can talk to her about God, my struggles with God, and all of that. She's opened my eyes to a lot of things already. For me, it's me having a safe relationship with someone that is older than me, who can teach me things, but also be my friend and not just be that person that's looking down on me saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. It's more like, it's probably one of the better relationships I've had.
Thanks to your generous support, Hearts with a Mission and Rogue Valley Youth for Christ are partnering to provide hope and direction for young people in crisis throughout our community.